Alright, this is the last video today until probably this evening when we get more reveals, so no video at 5. We're going to kind of relax a little bit today. So we're going to be talking about a little bit more about the Cyberspace archetype getting converted into the Dataspace archetype, and a couple of interesting things that have been floating around here for a little bit. So, Connector of Nephthys got announced this morning, and I am super excited for this card because it's almost like they pulled a page out of Megalith and we're like, oh, well, we need to, allow the ritual monsters to probably ritual summon from deck. Wow, that would be a real shocker there. And we're getting closer to that stage. It's almost like they're having a revelation here, as if ritual spells being able to activate and ritual summon from the deck would be a good idea. But now ritual monsters are ritual summoning as well. So, this is Connector of Nephthys. Now, you can ritual summon this card with Rebirth of Nephthys. Okay? You can use each effect among this card's first and second effects with this card's name once per turn each. If this card is ritual summon, you can special summon one Nephthys ritual monster from your hand or deck except for Connector of Nephthys. This will be treated as a ritual summon. Ah, yes. We have attempted to fix the many problems that Nephthys has. One being a ritual-based deck, and two being a ritual-based deck. That's besides the point, though. So they're giving us the ability now to go, ha, we can now bring out anything that we need with no level restriction on that advanced ritual summon. If this card is distributed or destroyed by a Nephthys card effect, you can activate this effect. During the next standby phase, destroy up to one Nephthys card each from your hand, deck, and field, except for ritual monsters. So you get a huge destruction effect off of this, and you get a hard carry ritual monster to bring out from the rest of your deck on a 2,000 body. That sounds good to me. Will it make Nephthys tier 1? Absolutely not. But you know what? Good support cards like this bring us one step closer to kind of bridging the gap for what appears to be a lack of good support. So I'm very happy with this nonetheless. Our good friend Meow Meow has arrived, and it's a Link 1 for praying kids. I could only dream of nightmares in a world that this actually happened, but did they just found a girlfriend for Doggo? Oh, man. One level 4 or lower praying kids monster to make this. You can only link summon one praying kids Meow Meow meows once per turn. You can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. Every praying kids monster you control would tribute itself to activate its effect during the opponent's turn. You can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Well, I don't know much about their little Meow Meow, but Bow Wow Bark and all of the other friends being able to stick on the field and act as a little combo extender there, that's going to be very interesting. Just overall, this is going to add a whole new dimension of synergy to the deck. And honestly, I didn't expect them to give the deck something like this, but alright. Meow Meow has arrived. Very interesting. Cockathorium, the super heavy string saw. Okay, so a few people have watched the video when this card was revealed, and there was Zodiac Drident held up in the video. Now, you guys also know there was also recently a Zodiac Chalkanine reprint in the OCG pack, or tournament pack. So everybody's like, oh my god, we have Zodiac support coming. Well, it might have just been tied to this card. So, you can only use the first and second effects of this card once per turn. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you contribute one Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monster to special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Okay? You can banish one level 4 or lower Beast, Beast Warrior, or Winged Beast monster from your deck until the end phase. This card's name, type, attribute, and level all become that monster's. Now, it's really cheesy the level of interaction that you can do here. Hey, You want to make this a Fire Fist monster? Oh, well, go right on ahead. Hey, you want to make a specific Zodiac monster? Go ahead. I wish that this maintained the effect of the monster it banishes, but effectively, for Beast, Beast Warrior, or Wing Beast, you can now have this guy effectively act as a sub for whatever starter that you might want or need in your deck. And effectively, that's very interesting. I didn't actually think that we would go about this in the way that we have here, getting something on this level of support, but nonetheless, I will take this for what it's worth. Yeah, there's some good, interesting synergy with this, especially if you want to make a zoo monster something. It's going to stink, when this is underneath your zoo card and you're like, well, it doesn't do anything. And you're like, I know. All right, so on the back burner here, you guys remember we have like 3 Cyberspace cards I want to go over here that we've talked about before, but I want to revisit them. These will be getting, it looks like, new upgrades and getting turned into Dataspace cards, which means these are all going to effectively work with the new archetype that just got announced today. So, this is going to be Dataspace Princess Niang Niang, okay? And, of course, good old V-Jump promo. So you can only use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn each. If a level 3 monsters is normal or special, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. And if you do, it becomes a tuner, but banish it when it leaves the field. You cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except for level 3 or rank 3 or higher monsters. Okay, that's very important. If this card is banished, you can target one of your other banished cards, shuffle it back into the deck. Now, we just got the entire release of the Dataspace archetype. One of the things that all of the new support ends up doing is basically grants itself the ability to special summon. Good thing is, if this is in your graveyard, or you somehow start off with this and you start comboing off, this will act as a pseudo reviver for your deck. Considering you'll also be able to do a tutor dump off of this to get to traps and spells off of the rest of the archetype, this card it's very good. It acts, like I said, as an extender for you to set up for your basic plays, and also grants you the ability to shuffle something else that's banished back into the deck. I'm not sure how relevant that's going to be at this stage. I believe the spells and traps all banish themselves from the graveyard to grant a ability, so that would actually be good for reloading. I wish we just send them back to the graveyard for additional bless, but you know what? Can't complain too much. We're trying out here. So, very excellent extender / normal summon piece for the deck, because like I said, everything else just special summons itself, so if you just start with this as your starter, you're good to go. Also, level 3 psychic, so it's not like you can't e-tell it out. Now, yes. For those of you that were also wondering about these randomly popped up a little while ago for the Valuable book, and these are Cyberspace also getting converted into Dataspace monsters. I actually find it funny that we literally released these, and now they're getting name changes to float on into the archetype here. So the first one was the Cyberspace Jiu. So it's 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner, so this will fit the bill for Niang Niang being a tuner. I believe the new level 3 today was also a tuner. So this cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects while you have 2 or more monsters with the same original type and attribute with different names in your graveyard. This should be super easy for you to fulfill that requirement in-house for the archetype. It's really cool. Once we get the archetype for these cards seem really good. You can banish 2 monsters with the same original type and attribute but different names from your graveyard. Target 1 card on the field, send it to the graveyard. Alright, so we get some non-destruction targeting or non-destruction removal out of this. Honestly, though, with everything that we saw come out of today, this isn't a bad card for the deck. Also, you remember, we get the special summon 4 clause on the capital, so this will be one of the cards we'll be able to flood on out here. Now, I still think Long Long was probably one of the best cards that we actually got here. So this will be Dataspace Dragon Long Long. So 2+ level 3 monsters with the same original type and attribute. So you can only use this card's name's second effect once per turn. Your opponent cannot target this card that has material with card effects. That's still not the best, but alright. When your opponent activates the effect of a monster whose attribute is not on the field while they control a face-up monster, quick effect, detach 2 materials from this card, negate that activation. Ah, yes. I see dark, I see earth, I see wind. Alright, so we've got some pretty well-rounded attributes here. We have wind, and pretty much everything else today was some sort of wind. But our negator here, wind's already such an obscure attribute as it is, along with earth here. Being able to negate light and dark is probably going to still be one of your best strong suits for this, but nonetheless, it's very interesting to see like the level of synergies that these cards are going to just drop on in to the archetype with and just have. Also, as a sub note here, I found this funny. Harpy Lady, or Harpy Girl, got a remake for Speed Duels. A harpy chick who aspires to filt about beautifully and gorgeously, but attack sharply. You're not doing anything with 500, but, you know, it's Rush Duel nonetheless. So, I guess that was kind of a cool release. So, guys, tell me, what do you guys think about everything? Please, leave a comment down below on what you guys think. And, well, guys, I'm out.
Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably be doing Truffle Shuffle videos for a living. Guys, please check out VanCole40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCole40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcolegames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.